Let me say that I know pretty much nothing about the Dragon Quest franchise. I've never played any of them, unless you count Dragon Quest Builders, which I'm guessing you don't. I haven't ignored the series for any real reason, it's just not one I've ever gotten into. This also means I've never played Dragon Quest Heroes 1. All of this combined makes me totally underqualified to talk about Dragon Quest Heroes 2. But here we are. And if this game is any representation of the rest of the franchise, which I'm guessing it isn't, it's f***ing weird. Heroes 2 is an action RPG that's similar to something like Dynasty Warriors. You'll run around big maps killing swarms of little monsters like they were ants. Occasionally a bigger monster will work its way in there, which you'll kill like a slightly bigger ant. And that's pretty much the game. But there's a bit more to it than that, so we'll start from the beginning. You'll start off by choosing a character, either male or female. Naturally, I named the boy after me and the girl something random, it doesn't matter. After you set a few options and listen to an ancient prophecy, you're thrown right into the— oh, jeez! They're just arrowing and burning kids up in here. This game is dark.
Hold fast! We must stand and fight!
You know what? I could do a whole video on the reasons I want to punch that thing. Let's just move on. Come at me, bro! This section here acts as a small tutorial, teaching you the very basics of the game. But as it turns out, it was all a dream. With a very happy ending.
That hurt!
Thank you, game. Your character is a soldier in training, and the character you didn't pick at the beginning is your cousin who has come for a visit. Now, what do you do the first time you see your family in over a year? Beat each other with sticks, of course! I told you the last serving of potatoes was mine! Combat is pretty much what you're going to be doing in Heroes 2, and luckily it's fun. You have combos to do and spells to cast by combining certain buttons. Nothing terribly out of the ordinary. Unfortunately, this little family reunion is interrupted by a sudden onset case of war. These things happen. So after my cousin and I slaughter a small army of adorable creatures that I honestly feel really bad for killing, we come up against the first boss of Dark Souls 1, apparently. And right before we're smushed, we're saved by— hello. Hey, baby. I know a thing or two you could do with that big old axe. I don't know how to flirt. Another aspect of combat is tension. Kill enough enemies to build up this meter, and then you can unleash Super Saiyan mode, which allows you to use skills for no mana, makes you hit harder, and does a finishing move once the meter runs out. After defeating Big in here, we're taken to the king. Unfortunately, my character doesn't have much social awareness.
You have my heartfelt thanks.
Ah, don't mention it, big man. All in a day's work for the likes of us.
Seriously? That's the king you're talking to, you idiot.
I'm gonna have them all killed. And here is where the real game begins, as we're just now hitting the title sequence. Alright, that reminds me. Here you'll begin the aforementioned running around big maps, killing everything in sight. This is so you can gain experience and level up, granting you skill points to boost your stats or unlock new abilities. Along your journey, new characters will join your party pretty much because you showed up. New mechanics are introduced as you go. As you kill monsters throughout the world, they will drop tokens, which allow you to either summon them to help you in battle, or even turn into them for a short period of time. It's actually pretty fun. There are some larger monsters out there that will force you to fight them. The one I found was actually rather difficult in that he took a long time to kill. It was more annoying than anything, as it really slowed down the pace of the game, and a slow pace is not this game's strong suit. Now, you won't only be running around mindlessly killing things. There are story missions to take part in, most of which involve running around mindlessly killing things. But you will be talking to more kings.
Yes! We won't let you down, your radiance. Just you wait. You're going to be so glad you sent us. We'll peer into Cesar's ear hole and find out what's going on in his thick head.
Honestly,
Huh?
that's the most important man in the world. When you speak to him, show some flipping respect.
I'm gonna put their heads on a pike. Eventually, you'll hit a city. Here is where you'll do most of the RPG aspects of the game, buying new weapons, armor orbs, training new weapon techniques, switching up party members, and changing your vocation. Your vocation is basically your class. If you're unhappy with your current playstyle, simply switch your vocation to do something different. I decided on going with a martial artist for some reason that I don't remember. Another thing you can do in the city is sign up for dungeons. These are essentially several small maps full of baddies that you have to clear out in order to win. You can do these solo with your NPC party, or you can co-op. I tried to find a random co-op to join, but it didn't work. Or there's just no one playing, which is a possibility, I suppose. But I hope not, because honestly, I find Heroes 2 to be mindless fun. Is it a good game by any means? But it's not awful, it's just mindless. Now, I've only played about 7 hours, so I can't really judge too much at this point. But after 7 hours, mindless is where I'm landing. And sometimes that's okay. I can enjoy running around killing stuff for fun. However, there are some flaws. Occasionally, the combat wasn't very responsive when I was attempting to do a combo, which was pretty annoying. Also, the music. Not that it's bad. Music is fine. It just doesn't ever seem to fit. It's lighthearted and jaunty. at all times, when it really shouldn't be. Usually this is not something I bring up, but it is distracting as hell.
Alas not. With the help of my companions here, I was able to turn back their advance at the inner gate.
Maybe if we put this music over a serious conversation, it won't come off as serious. That makes sense. And this thing. Your face is broken and I hate you. All in all, mindless fun. Okay, not great. But I don't know how a true Dragon Quest fan would feel about it. So we'll just say you could do worse and leave it at that.
Can one of you lot please tell me what you're all blathering on about?
Well, congratulations, Blue Gumdrop. You're no longer the top of the things I want dead list. And that was Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Seriously, are we supposed to like the blue gumdrop thing or what? If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. I've also put another video for you to watch right up here. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter or Facebook, and you can donate to me on Patreon like these other amazing people. I bet they'd punch that blue thing in the face for me.